everybody. I am Torio, and welcome to the first episode of the Music Business Podcast. Here I will be discussing certain music promotion techniques and topics and news and music business news and all things like that. So hopefully we could all learn something from it. Now today, I basically want to talk about, it's been talked about a billion times, but basically fake streams. There's a lot of people who still buy their streams off of these companies that, they just use bots and things like that. And I found some wonderful information about this whole thing. Like a lot of people who buy them say, oh, it doesn't really hurt anyone. But it kind of does, because when like places like Spotify and Apple Music, when they get all these fake streams, it kind of messes up the algorithm and it messes up the real data that they kind of need to help real artists, like as far as who's really listening to their music and what countries. But if it's bots, it's just all fake. It's not real people. So it might be coming from Georgia or overseas somewhere, but they're not real people. So the data is worthless then, basically. A lot of people think like, oh, I'm just boosting my numbers because to be successful, to look more successful and things like that. But it doesn't always work like that. I mean, it might look impressive at first, but they don't. The fake streams do not convert into real fans. It doesn't convert into real anything. You won't make money off of it as far as selling merch or long-term growth like that, because they're not real people. They're just the bot is gonna stream your song once or whatever, and a bot is not gonna come back and listen to that song again because it's not a real person. It's not going to listen to the song and be like, oh, this is a great song, I gotta hear this again later. Or that bot that listened to your stream is not going to come to a concert because it's not a real person. It's not going to buy your t-shirts or all the merch you may have for sale because it's not a real person. So things like that, it doesn't do anything for you, really. It might look impressive at first, but for long-term music career growth, nothing comes out of it at all. Now, a lot of places are also offering to put you on legit playlists and things like that. Some of them are okay. Some, they're just run by bots. These companies create a bunch of playlists, add a bunch of fake people, and have bots stream from the playlist and things like that. And again, it's not really worth anything in the end, it's just not worth it. Now, there are other ways, of course, that you can boost yourself without having to use fake bots. Now, you got to have good music, obviously. You got to write songs that will stick with people. There's always going to be a fun party song or club song or dance song. But create other songs with subject matter that people can relate to, that'll stick in their mind, or it'll remind them of a certain period in their life, things like that. A lot of love songs are like that, breakup songs. So, write music like that really stick with people. So if a real potential fan hears it, they'll always remember that song, they'll put it on their own playlist, and they'll go back to it time and time again. There are ways to get on real deal playlists, of course, and you really gotta find the curators of these playlists. And a lot of times on playlists that are on Spotify or Apple Music, sometimes there is a link you could click to find out who runs the playlist. And every once in a while, they'll list their Instagram or something like that. So you could go to that Instagram and talk to them directly and be like, hey, I want to submit my song for your playlist. And, they might take it, they might not. If they do, and if it's a popular playlist, you're set. These are real people that are listening to these hot playlist. And a lot of people go to playlists for when they're working out, for when they're just relaxing at home, reading a book. They'll find these playlists and they'll listen and they'll discover new music. They know a good playlist that people actually join is worth every cent, because these people are real. They will go there to do certain tasks throughout the day and just listen. So if you could get on some real playlists like that, that'd be great. You got to figure out your fan base too. Like, who do you want your music to cater to, or who do you want your listeners to be? what age group? Like, are you shooting for like college crowd? Are you shooting for like 25 to 35 year olds? Think of that kind of stuff. What gender? Are you making music for the ladies? Are you making music for men? Both? Figure all this out. Write all this stuff down. Also, what area are you promoting to? Do you want to stick to just your state? Obviously, most people wouldn't want to do that because they want to branch out to different areas, different states, different countries even. So it's all branding and marketing is basically what I'm talking about. So you want to figure out who you want your fan base to be. Find playlists that'll be like that are catered to those type of people or genres or whatever, and try to get on them. So that's your best thing. Now, a lot of people still don't use ads to promote their music, but it works really well. A good paid ad can really put your music out there, and a good place to start is TikTok. It's so easy to put a post on TikTok with your music. You could have a link tree or whatever you want in your bio, pretty much saying where they can download or stream your music. And you can boost this post for not much. I mean, you could boost it to like 10,000 people for, I can't remember exactly. I've done it before and I've got decent results. And I mean, it's not expensive. You could do the same thing on Instagram, put out ads. You could do it on Pinterest. All these networks you can place ads on, and you could cater who you want this ad to be seen by. So if you never placed an ad on Facebook or Instagram, it'll ask you what demographic, what area, what age group. You could do it by people's interests. You know, people that are interested in basketball, or I don't know, I'm just saying. If they're interested in sports and you have hyped up sports related music, that might work. Or, you know, if they're interested in country music, these are the people you want to put your ad in front of. And it's simple to do. Doing Instagram and Facebook, it doesn't get too costly, but I mean, it adds up. But it's worth every penny if you do a good campaign. You know, you could put in the ad, you could put your album cover up, have a little snippet of the music. If you have a music video, maybe put a snippet of the music video up, and then maybe your website on there. There's all kinds of ways you can do this, and they're great ways to promote your music. I mean, the music industry has changed since the early 2000s even. You know, it's all about digital, and everyone's online, everyone's on social media networks. So that's the way to advertise now. You know, the old days they would do radio commercials, or they might do magazines, but you know, people, the big artists still do that because they have huge pockets with major labels and things like that. But a great way to start doing this is through paid ads, through social media. Try it out. Start low and see what it does. Keep track of your results. You know, I use spreadsheets for everything, so you can keep track of how this ad does compared to this ad, or how the ad with the album cover versus the ad with the music video, the ad on TikTok versus the ad on Instagram. Keep track of everything, and what works best, repeat it across the various platforms. So it's a great way to get a good marketing campaign going. And that's the gist of it. That's how you market music. You got to figure out who you're trying to market to, and you put ads in front of those people. And those people will hopefully turn into fans and create longevity for your career, because they'll always be there as long as you. But it all comes down to putting out a great product, obviously. So, but that'll be it for today's podcast. We're going to do another one. I'm not sure exactly when the dates are going to be. I don't know if it's going to be every week or what. But this is the first one. We'll put out more, and we'll see how people react to them. And if you like them, then we'll do many more and talk about different subjects and go in further details on marketing and promotion and things like that. So I want to thank you for watching. And don't forget to look in the description of this video. There are resources there to help you with your music career. So check those out. Thank you.